G'day, welcome to Banksy's Kitchen. Tonight we're going to do a Cajun chicken with Creole rice and fried plantain bananas. So what we've got here, the ingredients for the rice, coriander, maybe a couple of stalks with the roots attached, just chop the roots off, wash them, chop them up. About a third of a green capsicum, a couple of cloves of garlic, about half an onion, a handful of broccoli, and some paprika, and some Cajun spice. The broccoli, I'm going to show you what I've done. I've actually skinned them all already, but I'll show you how to do one of them. So you just run the knife under there and then just pull the skin back like that. Okay, so I've already done all the others. It's just a bit more tender. If it's the inside parts of the broccoli, it probably doesn't need it, but the outside stalks certainly do need to be peeled. All right, now the chicken is chicken thigh, and I hope you can see that. What I've done, I've scored them all fairly deep, about 3/4 of the way through, and then I've marinated them with garlic, coriander, fresh chili flakes or powder if you don't have fresh, some oil, some Cajun spice, and a little bit of soy, squeeze of lemon. So I'll get back to you when we do the plantains because they're a little tricky to prepare. Okay, the plantain bananas are a green banana and they're used for cooking. They're not sweet like normal bananas. They're actually not even soft like normal bananas. They're probably a good description would be like sweet potato. So just cut the end off. You can't peel them like a normal banana. So I'm just going to cut the ends off and then I'm going to have to peel them. So if you just maybe cut it in half and then just run the knife down the skin. You can tell by how I'm cutting them how hard they are. Yeah, they're not soft at all. Don't eat them raw because they're disgusting. So peeling it like that. And once it's peeled, we'll just slice them and then we'll fry them later on. And you fry them in just a little bit of oil and they'll caramelise and they'll come up quite nice. But don't expect them to be sweet because they're not. So what I normally do is just slice them on diagonal just so that you get a bigger surface area. And this will be like a bit of a condiment to this dish. So we're slicing them, I don't know, maybe 5 to 10 mil thick. And then we'll get back once we're ready to cook. Okay, so what we've done now is we've got our frying pan and we're heating it up with some oil in the bottom. We've got our wok over here, also with oil. We're going to heat that up. That's to cook the plantains, and our saucepan to cook the risotto or rice. This can all be done at the same time, so it's quite quick. So I'm going to have every dish done while the chicken's cooking. And make sure the first thing you do is put your rice cooker on and cook your rice so it's ready to go. Once it's ready, you just turn it off and let's get started. All right, first thing we're going to do is put our chicken in, turn the fan on, stop the smoke. All right, we're going to put the chicken in and we're going to put it the scored side down. So like that, down. Now you want the pan fairly hot because you need to get colour. Ideally you barbecue this, but in Melbourne in August it's too bloody cold, so I'm not going outside. Right, they can start cooking. Once they're about halfway done, we can start cooking the plantains and the rice, however. I'll start now. I've already got the pot on. A little bit of oil in there. So I pop the onion and the garlic in first. I'll get a better view if I can. Let me get some idea. Yep. And this risotto, the rice, doesn't take long at all. So you can do your base and then just push it to the side, which is what I'm going to do, and then I'll add the rice later on and reheat it. So just sweat those onions off a bit till they're soft. And in the meantime, once this base is done, then we'll start on the plantains. So I'll get back to you when I've just about got the risotto together. Now, I've got the onions sweated off. I'm going to add the capsicum. I don't want this capsicum to be cooked soft like the onions. So I'll just put that on. And while that's happening, I will put the broccoli in the microwave for 1 minute. Once the broccoli's in the microwave after 1 minute, it'll still be hard, but not raw. And that way we can add it to the risotto afterwards. Okay, coriander can go in there. And those chicken I'm going to cover as well. It'll just help them to cook a little bit quicker. You'll see that I'll put a lid on top. That rice is done nicely. A little bit of passata. We all know about passata, how much I like it. Probably put about 1/3 of a cup in. Give it a stir. That's done. We just leave that. And we'll get onto the banana. Right, so that chicken is about half cooked now, halfway cooked. I'm going to start the bananas and also finish the risotto. So first, we'll just show where we are with the risotto. So we've added our tomato and everything's ready to go. I'm going to put the rice in. If you make too much rice, that's okay because you can use it for fried rice the next day. So we only need enough for the chicken. Some salt. Give that a stir up, and then we'll just add some water to it. A little Cajun, maybe 1/2 teaspoon. Paprika, good pinch. They're in there. Just give that a mix up. And get that hot again. And just let that cook now. That'll come up nicely. Now, bananas. So that oil's on now. I've had it on high because I want to get the oil hot. And not hot enough yet. So just give it a little bit longer. Once the bananas go in, you can turn it down a little bit. With this risotto, we're going to add the broccoli when it's just about ready. Because we don't want that broccoli to go brown and mushy. So it's looking okay. So all this can be done like at the same time while the chicken's cooking. Like that, and the bananas now should be ready. Right, just pop them in the oil. I don't know, I'll put probably It's a shallow fry, it's not a deep fry. So I've left them on high for a little bit. I'll get back when we go. All right, I've turned the oil down a bit on these plantains now. So I'm just going to turn them all over. And when they cook, they'll be a bit softer. So just do that. The risotto's still going nicely. These will only take 5 minutes to cook. They don't take that long. Be careful not to burn them because they do burn if you don't control the heat. And move them around because there'll be hot parts in the wok, like that's hot. So we just later on bring that around here. And all right, we'll get back when we're just about ready. All right, so the plantains are just about ready. They're nice and golden, starting to feel soft. Broccoli's right to go into the risotto now. So we'll just spin that around there, tip that in there. If the risotto gets hard, just add a little bit more water. I wanted about that consistency, so but I did add a little more water while it was cooking. Right, so that's ready. We turn it off, ready to go. I'm going to take these plantains out of the oil, put them on some paper. Just a bit of paper towel to take the oil out. But just I stress, be careful about burning these, because they will burn if you're not careful. Put it all away. And there. Chicken's ready, so we'll get back to you when we dish up. Alright, so we're dishing up now. And I'll just show you one. I've made enough for two. So we're going to put the risotto on the plate. It doesn't really matter how you put it, make it fancy if you want to, or just slop it on. Some chicken, so you need a couple of pieces. Just slice them. Like I said, if they're barbecue, they're really, really good. These don't overcook them because they'll dry out. And use the thigh. It's way better than the rest. And a few of these on top, a few plantains. And if you've got a sprig of coriander or parsley, you can put that on, but that's it. So we'll just get close up to that one. Nice. Enjoy your meal.